Let's get started on this month's batch cooking then. So I'm going to start with a big batch of waffles. And I've got 4 cups of flour. I've got 4 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and a cup of sugar. And I'm just going to quickly give them a little whisk in there. Go. And then I'm going to combine together 8 eggs and 1 cup of butter. Again, I will have a link to all of my recipes in the description below, so go check them out. And I'm using almond milk so that it's dairy free is what I'm looking for. Four cups of milk. I'm hoping there's 4 cups in this carton. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to gently whisk them quickly just to get that butter broken up. Probably should have melted the butter, but oh well. Doesn't say to melt the butter, but that might just be my fault. Am I meant to be melting the butter? Probably. The butter will melt, well, it'll whisk out once I combine it with the flour. And then I'm going to add 8 eggs because I'm doing a mega batch. 1, 2, whisk them in, make a mess while I'm at it. And then 1 and 2. As usual, if it doesn't suit your family, you don't have to make them dairy free. It just suits my family. So that's what we do. Right. Let's put the rest of that in. Alright, and then we're going to pour the egg and milk and flour into here. And I'm going to do about half at a time. I'm going to mix it in. I realise that looks like very, very close up, but I'm working on a short leash today, so alright. So we'll combine all these and I'll show you what we're going to do with the granola while I'm heating up my waffle pan. If you've seen the haul this week, then you will see that I bought a waffle maker just for the crack. That wasn't a purpose, I just fancied making waffles. So I decided we needed a waffle maker so I can make waffles. And that's where that went. So we'll get this mixed in. I might go and stick this in the the thing that mixes things, and then I'll be back. So in this bowl that you can just see in the corner is the waffle batter. That's turned out lovely. So I'm going to spray the waffle maker and turn it on to heat up. Am I going to spray it? Yes, I'm going to spray it. I need to reorganize my cupboards. So just over there in the corner, you can see, I'm going to move my cable, that I have the waffle maker ready. I'm just going to switch it on, get it sprayed, let it heat up. And I'm just using a virgin olive oil spray. So we'll let that heat up. Right, so in this pan here, I've got my homemade vanilla extract. I've got about 1.5 teaspoons in there. And I'm going to add in the butter. And here I've got, what have I got? I've got, oh dear me, what have I got? I think I've got a cup of butter. Again, recipes will be linked. So a cup of butter. And I'm gonna turn this on a low heat, medium low I would say. I'm not adding any salt to this recipe because my butter is salted. And obviously it's dairy free, so nice and simple. So I'm just going to let that melt a little bit in the pan. Move the sugar, you can see. I'm going to add in, as it's busy melting, the 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar. Get that stirred in so it starts melting and dissolving. Get that all come together, start melting. Lovely. Alright. And then my recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup of honey. However, I forgot to pick up some more honey. So I was about 3 tablespoons off. So I just topped it up with golden syrup. Use what you've got. If you use a honey substitute, use that. For golden syrup, use that. Doesn't matter. Just makes them taste a little bit different. So this is starting to melt there now. And the waffle maker is ready, so we're going to multitask. Can she do it? Can she do it? So I've got 1/2 cup measure. And I'm just going to pour that straight in to the middle of each waffle. Press it down and get it cooking. Right, and then we'll let that cook for a couple of minutes. I know you didn't see that, but I'll show you the next one. So now that butter is melting, I'm going to add the honey and golden syrup mixture. Like I said, 2/3 of a cup of honey would be what the recipe says, but I broke the system. So I added an extra bit of golden syrup. And then again, we'll just mix that together until it all becomes liquid and mixes. Right. So you can add dried fruit, you can add almonds, you can add different nuts, seeds, you can add whatever you want. They're just basically like a chewy breakfast ball, I guess, is what they are. And all this come together, nice and simple. That smells like sticky toffee sauce. Delish, delish. Right, we're gonna quickly check on the pancakes. Pancakes need a little bit longer. Alright, that is looking lovely. So this is what we should be looking for. Everything's combined, everything's melted, nice and runny. So I'm going to turn them around. You can see my coffee on the bench there and my big bag of flour down there. So we're going to add, we're going to turn the heat off for starters. We're going to add our butter, sugar and honey to our oats. So I've got 5 cups of oats in here. I'm just going to mix it all together. And this is a no-bake bar, so you just stick it in the fridge for a couple hours and let it set up a bit. I love a good no-bake bar. It means I haven't got to turn my oven on, I haven't got to turn it on. Nice and easy. So I'm going to mush all of this together until it's all coated and covered and glorious. Break from that for a second, check on the waffles again. A few more minutes on the waffles. Make sure nothing's dry in the bowl. Nobody wants dry oats. So for this to hold together, it's all about compacting. All about compacting. If you wanted, you can add some melted chocolate to this. That'd be delicious. I'm going to be adding chocolate chips to the top, which again will be delicious. And I forget my pan, so I'll be 2 seconds. So this pan here we have ready. I'm just going to lay some parchment in it. And parchment or greaseproof, or you could even use foil if you wanted. Will make it easier to get everything out. Right. So we're going to pour everything in. So it's basically the same as flapjacks, just slightly different. Slightly different. Right. I'm just going to scrape up all that goodness out. Alright. I'm going to push them together. That bowl. And once it's all pushed into place, we will crush it together. And what I mean by that, I'll check waffles first. Waffles are almost done. Alright, so what I mean by crushing it together, we're going to get another piece of greaseproof. We're going to use a spatula. Lay the greaseproof on top so that's completely covered. And we're going to put the same tray again on top, and we're going to compact it. Push the whole thing together. Okie dokie. So that should now be going nowhere, and it will compact smoothly and cut into easy balls. Nice and simple. Now you could leave the trays together like that, just stick the whole thing in the fridge, which I think I'm going to do. So, nice and simple. Now, these waffles should be about ready. So, we will have to excuse the Christmas plate, that's what we're working with today. And we will grab a waffle. Oh, they're a bit thin. They're a bit thin. So we know that we need more butter. The first one's always experimental, isn't it? Same with pancakes. It's always experimental. So, 2 pancakes out. And we're going to start on the next 2. So again, we'll turn you around. Can we turn you around? There we go. Right, so just grab some butter, swoosh the scoop, butter in, another bit of butter, another swish of the scoop, and some more butter in, and we're off again. So we'll close that, that's sealed nice and tight, and we'll give it about 3 minutes or so. Does take a while. So once I'm getting about half the batter done, I'm going to add some chocolate. So I can do some chocolate chip ones, and then I might add some cocoa powder too and do double chocolate ones. We shall see. If you do want to add cocoa powder, just take the normal recipe and add 1/4 cup to the recipe. And we're golden. So we're going to let these cook, and I'm going to come back and show you once they're all done. Good morning. So we're on to day 2. We did get a huge batch of waffles made yesterday, and I've got a few more to make today. But we're going to start with some flapjacks to put in the freezer for lunches. So I'm making a double batch. So I've got, I've got 10 cups of oats in here. 2 cups of butter in there. I'm going to turn that on and get it melting. No, wrong one. Right, so next up we're going to add some brown sugar. And I'm only going to add half the amount of brown sugar that I actually need, because it's more of a flavour thing than an actual necessary thing. And then I need a cup of golden syrup, so I'm going to use what's left in this one and use the other one too. Oh, funny noises. Should have had these both set upside down, really. So we'll wait for that butter to melt, and we'll add in the golden syrup and the sugar. and then we'll get everything combined in the bowl. Right. So I've got a cup of golden syrup there. Right. So our butter's busy melting down there nicely. I've lost my spatula. How have I done that? That's how I've done that. I'll just get this melted down. And as it's melting, I'll add in. So the recipe says, doubling the recipe, we should be adding 2 cups of brown sugar. Like I say, I'm only adding half, so I've got a cup of brown sugar in here. And that's what we'll do with that. Right. Get that mixed together to dissolve the brown sugar. Now again, with flapjacks like the granola bars I did yesterday, you can add anything to them. You can add some dried fruit, you can add nuts, seeds. We're going to add a couple of chocolate chips. Alright, and now that butter's nearly all melted, so I'll add in the golden syrup. And just combine everything together. As you can see, this is literally just the same recipe that I used yesterday. But these ones will be cut up in little squares and used for packed lunches. The other ones will be used for breakfast. Right. So we'll let that finish melting the butter and just come together in the pan. And you can flavour these however you want as well, if you want to add some extracts or anything really to flavour them. And you can add a bit of protein powder, just add a little bit more golden syrup. And I am using salted butter to cut through the sweetness of the sugar and the golden syrup. Alright, let them final bits of butter melt. And then we'll combine the whole lot. Alright, so we're just going to combine everything in this bowl. I'm going to get a more sturdy spoon though, because there is a lot in the bowl. Now I'm just going to stir this through, get everything coated. And then we're going going to push it into a pan. So I'm just adding a bit at a time to make sure everything is mixed through. Again, we don't want any dry oats at all. Right, and then the final bit. And again, this is another dairy-free recipe, so I'm using the Flora, I think what it's actually called. Oh, can you see that? Yes, of course you can. So the Flora, 100% natural. It is suitable for vegans. It's completely dairy-free. Okay. Alright. So we'll just get this all mixed in, and I'll grab a tray and some greaseproof paper. I'm just getting right down to the bottom. Alright, so I'll just stick that to the side for now. Quickly wash my hands because they're all sticky. Right, I'll grab us a tray. I won't grab us a tray. I'll be back in a second. Right, so the balls that we made yesterday are in here and looking lovely. So we're going to reuse that piece of paper, have these firmed up properly. I really wish I had just baked them and made flapjacks. We will see. We will see. No. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Ah, see, I would suggest not using a deep tray when making these. So we're gonna cut them up, get them wrapped up, and I don't think they're gonna hold together. No, they're really, really not. So the experiment with dairy-free butter is sometimes it doesn't solidify the way you want it to. So these aren't holding up the way I wanted them to.
Mom, the Wi-Fi working here for some mice.
Alright, so that's that bit done. We're just going to hope and pray.
Bye, guys.
No, that hasn't worked at all. Okay, we're going to fix this. We're going to make some more flapjacks. I didn't add the chocolate in the last flapjacks, so that's where we're at with that. Right, I'm just going to grab the same bowl and we're going to try again. Easy, simple. Why not? Alright, so I'm just gonna fold these all together, pop them in the bowl, there we go. I'm just gonna pat them together with the same spoon. It's all the same recipe. Right, I'm going to chuck the chocolate chips into this one. So I did say the granola bars, the recipe will be down below. It won't because it doesn't work. This is what I get for experimenting while on camera. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Alright. Get that into there. Pour that into there. Right. And then we will squash it all in. Going to do the tray trick again. Put that down. Squash it down. That bit's done. We lost a chocolate chip. So just push that into there. So we're gonna, again, chuck this in the oven. It's already on at 175. We're gonna leave it in for about 20 minutes. And we're done. So we're gonna quickly wash some dishes. Wash my hands because they're nice and sticky. And yeah, we'll see what's next. These smell absolutely amazing. Take way too long to make, but that's kind of standard if you're batch cooking. Ooh, lovely. So we're just going to take these out, get them on a plate to cool. And yes, I'm using leftover plates from Christmas. Although we're now in March. It's fine. Beautiful. So these ones are lemon ones and they smell absolutely fantastic. Perfect size for the toaster because my eldest had one this morning. Thoroughly enjoyed it for breakfast. So I made a batch of plain, I made a batch of, well, a double batch of chocolate and a batch of lemon. So these are the last ones to go. We've got 2 bags here. Lovely. And then we'll have another bag once these ones are done, possibly a bag and a half. So I'm guesstimating somewhere around 40 waffles. So we'll have breakfasts for a few weeks. What do you have with your waffles? Do you have butter? Do you have syrup? Do you have a spread? Do you have jam? Do you have cream? I mean, just for breakfast. No, don't be telling me you have dessert waffles, because that just makes my belly grumble. I've had to open that door, it's red hot. So we've got our next batch of waffles in. They take absolutely ages to cook, but I think it's because I bought the deep one instead of the normal one. So that's kind of my own fault. Oh, dear me. So while I'm waiting about, I'm gonna grab some cake mix and get some cake mix. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take out the we've got flapjacks in the oven, so we need to take them out. And they look fabulous, just slightly golden around the edges. So we're just gonna sit that to the side, cool. And then the bottom ones. Now, these are a bit more golden because we've got the chocolate in. Delicious, delicious. So again, we're going to sit that to the side and let them cool, and we'll cut them once they're fully cooled, because if we cut them while they're hot, then they're going to fall to bits. Right, I'm running out of bench space. We'll have to get some bits put away. This smells fantastic. Right, we're going to turn the oven off for now, just let the kitchen cool down a bit. And we're waiting on a delivery of extras. So, I got a random message to say, would you like some turkey legs? Well, okay. What am I going to do with turkey legs? There's a million things you can do with turkey legs. But I thought, well, I cook for work, so what I'm going to do with turkey legs is I'm going to make some soup. For our Wednesday soup sessions. So once they arrive, we'll get them in the slow cooker, get the meat shredded down, and then probably be in a different video now. What am I doing? We will make some turkey soup. I don't think it's going to be in this video. I really don't. Well, it definitely won't be, because I don't have the stuff in to make turkey soups. No, I don't. Right, that's fine. So, that batch cooking sorted. And I'm making a mess all over the bench. Have you ever? Right, I'm not going to use that. Alright. So, we're going to finish these off. I'll come back and show you everything that we've got so far. Well, all the waffles that we've got so far. We'll make some cakes and we'll get on to meals. So, the last batch of waffles is in. And the kids have decided they want cookies. I don't buy cookies. However, I do make cookies and I put them in the freezer. So, we're going to bake some cookies. Easiest thing about, well, best thing about batch cooking is if they want cookies, I can just run to the freezer and grab some out, stick them in the oven, bake them up, and we are good. Next up then, we're going to make a cake slab. Again, just crinkle it up and then it'll fit any tray without any fuss. So I'm just gonna spray a couple of spritzes on the bottom of the pan just to help it stick down. And we're going to cheat. So, we're going to mix these two together. We've got the rainbow chip party cake and the velvety vanilla. We're just going to make box mixes. It's simple. And that's how we're going to do it. So, I've got eggs, I need the oil, I need a measuring cup. The measuring cup isn't going to be here, of course it's not. Why would it be? Okay, we'll went with the jug instead. So we've got 6 eggs, 2 box mixes. We're going to grab some oil and some water. So I need 180 mils of oil. Find my mils side, there it is. So 180 mils of oil, and then we need 360 mils of water. Just pour the oil into there. 360 mils water.
Mom.
Yes.
So let's put the peas back.
No, that's okay. I'm going to sort that out shortly.
Well, I can do open these.
That's okay.
Yeah. But then
We'll just leave them there.
let's leave them here.
Yeah?
I won't leave them.
Yep.
Oh, can I help?
Right. 360 mils of water.
I'll get them.
And then we're going to get our eggs.
Thinking if I can just watch you and wait.
It's 5 and 6. Gonna break those up. All right. course you could sieve this in, but I'm not going to. I like using the box mixers because there's just no fat. You just chuck everything in a bowl and you're done. We've been joined by the littlest one.
Hi guys. I always do that. Yeah, look at how I do it.
I'd seen a post on Facebook earlier that if you haven't opened a cake packet or some sort of like plastic bag packet or something with a steak knife, have you ever really cooked? And I sat and I had a good chuckle because quite often, yes, I can't find my scissors, so I've got to use some sort of knife. And quite often, more often than I'd like to admit, I end up picking up a steak knife to open a bag. And you've kind of got to saw off the top, haven't you? I'm just gonna whisk the lumps out. Nice and simple. All done. Quickest cake you've ever made. Right. I'm just going to pour it in the tray. A nice even layer. I'm going to scrape the bowl. Because we don't like waste. Where is my scraper? Right. I'm just scraping everything out of the bowl. Nice and simple. And then we're going to put this in the oven according to directions, which say we're going to bake this for 22 to 27 minutes, so possibly about 30 minutes because I've made it in a slab, a rather large slab at that. So we're going to chuck these in. Oh, I forgot about the cookies. No! Oh, goodness me. Indeed. Completely forgot about them. So, they're slightly burnt. That's real life for you, isn't it? So, dear me. Right. I'm going to run and pray in there. What? That fell over. Right, and we're going to put the cake in. Got roughly 30 minutes on that. So I'm going to put things away, clean up a bit. That's still hot. I'm going to have to get some more cookies out. Yummy. Right, that was a silly thing to do. So, waffles in total then. I made 2 large batches of the waffle mix, split it into 4, did 2 of the portions in chocolate, 1 plain, 1 lemon, and we ended up getting around about 35, 36 waffles. So that's because I've got a deep fill. If you don't have a deep fill, you will probably get double that. But I will link the recipes. Right, so a bit of batch cooking mayhem. We've got the mince frying up just now. I would have preferred just to stick it all in the slow cooker last night, but I might have forgotten to do that, so that's where we're at with that. We're going to cook this off in batches, just chuck it all into a bowl, get it drained off, so I need to go and get my strainer. Excuse me. And then we are going to be doing taco meat. What's the other one? So taco meat we also need minced dumplings and lasagna. And this time I remembered to buy more of the boxes, so we put the lasagna into a box. What would we like, Johnny?
Good eye.
You good? Oh. What would you like? That's minced, darling. You can't have minced. No, that's minute. There's a cookie that you're putting that. Would you like a cookie?
Cool.
Can you go play? Right, I'm just gonna quickly grab my strainer. So we've got the strainer in the bowl, and we're just gonna pour them in straight in. Alright. And then the next batch. I'll just put it all in. Alright. So while that's busy cooking, we're going to grab a stock pot. We're going to find a jug and boil the kettle. Chuck the stock pot in, add a little bit of hot water, add a tin of tomatoes, and then we're going to add our Italian seasoning, and it's a very quick, very quick bolognese sauce. If I can find my Italian seasoning. Really need to reorganise my cupboards. Ah, there it is. It's hiding behind the basil. Right. Kettle. Melt the stock pot. I think the turkey legs have just arrived, so I will be back in just a minute. Okay, I may have forgotten to press record. So, in the bowl, we've got a little bit of hot water to melt the stock pot. Then we've got 2 tins of crushed tomatoes. We've got 4 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. I'm about to stick in some garlic. Roughly half tablespoon. And then we need onion powder. Onion powder always sticks together. So there's about a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm only making 1 lasagna this month, so small batch. What else did we need? We need a bit of black pepper. Go. Still hot, don't put that on there. We will need a bit of salt, pinch of salt, and last but not least, can't find the sugar, so we'll add a bit of sugar later on. Alright. Mix all that together. Delish. Okie dokie then. Right, so we're going to add about 1/3 of the meat mixture, well, of the mince, to the bolognese sauce. I'm going to move the garlic. Right, nice and simple. Put 1/3 of this in here. Done. I'm going to mix it all together again. All nice and combined. quickly grab a bit of sugar. And then our cake should be ready to take out in just a second. A little bit of sugar. Again, mix it through. And there is our meat and sauce ready for lasagna. So we're just going to set that aside until a bit later on. Right, quickly wash tomatoes off my hands. Right, check the cake. Oh, I got a bit of tomato off the bench. Oof, lovely. That looks very well cooked. Shouldn't have an issue with a wibbly middle. Oh, a little bit longer. We'll just stick a knife into the centre of the cake. Still a tiny bit wet, so we'll leave it to cook a little bit longer. And we're done. Right, next up, we're going to do a bit of flour and we're going to come back. Okie dokie, so this time we've got a veggie stock pot and we're going to melt it with some hot water. Just quarter cup or so. Right, and then in here we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of the taco seasoning. I'm not using the right spoon, so I have to guesstimate. Mix that through. Right. So that's all combined. We're going to add another third of the mixture, oh well, third of the mince, sorry, I will keep saying mixture, into there. Mix that through. Get it into a freezer bag, and then we'll put some taco mince. Actually, what I might do is I might skip the mince and dumplings for this month and just put all of the mince as taco mince, because we haven't had tacos in ages. We make taco soup regularly, but not actual tacos. And I do have some of the, you know, the boat things, the standing stuff shells. I've got quite a few of them to use through, so we'll just make lots of taco mince. Will do is I'll add the rest of that taco powder in, mix it through, and I need to remember to refill my taco pot. Right, so we're just going to get that into a freezer bag. taco meat on the bag. Oop, we're making a mess. Clean the bench again. Alright. And there we go. I'm going to do some taco chicken as well, which will go into the slow cooker when we're ready to eat that. Alright, so some lovely taco meat, and we're going to let it fully cool before it goes into the oven. So when I quickly clean up my bench, soap and water. I managed to lose my tea towel in the madness. Alright, and while I'm here, we're going to fill up the taco pot. I do have just a random bag of taco seasoning. So I buy it in bulk, I fill up my pot, and then the bag that I bought split, so I had to put it into a freezer bag. Now I could just leave it in the freezer bag instead of using the pot, but the pot is just so much easier. Right. Put that back. So that's the mince all done. I'm gonna go and get, well, I need to take this cake out. Excuse me. I'm gonna sneeze now. Right, cake's out. Cake's done, oven's off. Sorted. Right, so we're going to get this onto a cooling rack, and we'll come back to it in a little bit. And then quickly tidy up, and I'll be back. So we've started sorting out the chicken, going to different meals. Oh. I'm working on frozen chicken there. Simply because it saved money this month. Right. Oh, don't seal them. Not yet. Now then, so we've got some chicken for chow mein, which I'll do in the slow cooker. We've got a chicken dinner here. And that's it. That's them two prepped. They're done, sorted. salt and chili chicken, which we thoroughly enjoy. I just need to find my salt and chili seasoning. There it is. Right. Now then, I've lost my tea towel again. So, salt and chili then. And we're just going to put a good dessert spoonful into there. Then another simple meal. We have had salt and chili this week, and I purposely made too much rice, so I've got fried rice in the freezer too. This one we've got Italian roast chicken, so we need some Italian seasoning. Put a good tablespoon into there. Some onion powder. And some garlic powder. Find it. I've got garlic powder somewhere. What's it do is there? Right. And then that's that one done. And then this one is the taco sheet pan. So we'll get the taco seasoning out. Two, three, say about 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I'm going to grab a couple of potatoes. Chop them up as well. Just take the eyes out. All right. And then when I come to cook this, I'll add some peppers as well. I'll add sweet corn, lettuce, and we'll serve it with taco shells. I need a tiny bit of oil, just so I don't have to add it later for the potatoes. Just a drizzle of oil, and then that is another meal done. So we'll get these into the freezer and I will be back. Right, last one for today. This is going to be a nice short video because we don't need to make as much this month because we've still got the previous meals left over. So we're going to be making 2 lots of sticky meatballs. So we need a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and again, oh, that did work this time. We need a touch of black pepper. I'm not going to add any salt because we're going to be using soy sauce. So we need a tin opener. Right, so we've got a tin of pineapple chunks here. And the pineapple chunks will just melt because I'm going to make this in the slow cooker. I'm just going to pour all the juice into the bowl. Come on. Right. So it is just a 432 gram tin of pineapple. I've still got loads of juice in there. Of course you can use fresh, you could use frozen as well, doesn't matter. I'm just splitting that tin between the two. Right, next we need a cup of brown sugar. That's not bad. Oh! We're going to try again. Right. I'm going to use a smaller measurement. So I've got a third cup measure here. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 cup. Oh, that's going to fall over. Then we need, what do we need in this? We need about a third cup, so that's fine. We'll just use the same one. About a third cup of soy sauce. Half a cup of water. So if I'm making 2, I need a cup, thereabouts. Right, got a cup of water in there. What else do I need? I haven't got the peppers out there in the freezer, so we're going to miss out on peppers. We do need, I've got my cornflour. I don't have white vinegar. Do I? I don't think I do. No, of course I don't. Why would I have white vinegar? Of course that's what I'm missing. So I'm going to use a tiny amount of malt vinegar, maybe a tablespoon. Right, And I'm going to just mix that. Probably do need to stir it because I'll need to get the sugar. Oh no, we're just dropping everything today. I will pick them up, I will. Right. And then I need a cornflour slurry. So I'll just make that up. Probably don't need that much. Oh yeah, right, I can't get it back into the bag. No wasting of it. Right. So I've just got a cornflour slurry here. Mix that through. So the recipe again will be linked below. Make sure that there's no lumps of corn flour in there. So we're gonna pour this in to there, to there. That is our sauce done. And we're gonna split this between the two bags. I know it doesn't look like there's a lot of liquid, but the meatballs and the pineapples will give off liquid while they're cooking in the slow cooker. Alright. That's that. I don't know, I might chuck another tin of pineapple in. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Leave it as it is, cause stop it. Right, so I'll get rid of that tin, rid of the bowl, rid of all this. And I'm just using a bag of Swedish meatballs and split that between the two bags. And we'll serve this with rice. Delicious. So we have two sticky meatballs ready for the slow cooker. We've got the taco meat. We've done 5 different chicken meals, which were the salt and chili, the Italian roast, the roast chicken, the taco chicken, which was for a sheet pan. We did another one and I can't think of what it was. Chicken for chow mein, chicken for a roast dinner. We've gotten 36 waffles. We've done cake. What else have we done? We've done a ton of flapjacks. I'm going to come back and show you the flapjacks. Yeah, so we're not doing too badly. I do know that I've still got to do the sausage casserole. I'm going to finish up. So the video isn't finished yet because I need to finish up the lasagna we're trying to get done now. If I get rid of these. So I can finish the lasagna. Get that done. And then I've got all that, well, some of that turkey defrosting. I'm getting some of it straight in the freezer and some of it is defrosting, which we're going to make turkey soup out of, which is going to be another video, so keep a lookout. Oh no, the bag's split. Right, come on, in the bag. Alright. So I'll grab it. oil tray, oil box, make the rest of the lasagna in. I've got sugar everywhere. Alright, so quickly do the lasagna. I'm just going to make a note on top to say add cheese sauce. I know exactly what I haven't added. I know exactly what I haven't done. Dear me. Right. I think this isn't saucy enough. That's because I didn't add the bolognese sauce. Because I'm silly like that. It's been one of those days. It's been a whole real life kind of day. And this is where we're at. Right. So, we'll try that again. Mix that all in. There was not enough sauce in there at all. That's why. That is why. Right. That's better. So, we're just going to spread that in the bottom. Layer it up with some lasagna sheets. Add another layer. I do usually add cheese sauce in between each layer, but I can't be bothered. You've seen me make this before, so it doesn't matter too much. Behave yourself. And kids thoroughly enjoyed this one this month. I usually make a tortilla lasagna, but we've been getting a bit bored of it. So I made traditional lasagna instead, and the kids thoroughly enjoyed it. So it made a nice change from the tortilla one. Right, and then the last layer of pasta. And yes, the sheets are raw. We have explained this, that when you freeze it, defrost it, the sheets take on that water, and then you cook it, the sheets are cooked properly, so you don't have to pre-cook your pasta sheets. We are fine. Right, and that will do it. So when it comes to cooking this, I will add cheese sauce to the top. I'll just make it fresh on the day. I can't be bothered today. Mama wants to go sit down. So that's what Mama's going to do. Right, and that's that done. Lasagna done. on top there. Seal it in. Alright. I'm just going to turn up the edges. Pen. Right, traditional lasagna. Big 200. Add a note to say defrost me, and add cheese. I've added too many E's there. Add cheese sauce. Right, and that's we're done. I'll come back and I will show you everything else probably in another video. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. What's that song? Oh, that's about being drunk, isn't it? No, I'm not. So, we're going to get tidied up. We're going to get things put away. Things put in the freezer. And we're done. Put them into there, keep them fresh. Right, we're done, we're dusted, we're good. Everything's going in the freezer. I will see you in the next video. I might add in, I will add in, I'll tell you what, I'm going to add in. Here we are. No, we're going to try that again. Here we are then. So this whole video is just going to be called Tired Mama Bakes. We've got the flapjacks all cooled and ready to be chopped up. And we're just going to cut them into small little squares to go into snack size Ziploc bags and in the freezer, ready for school lunches. And these are just absolutely perfect to have in the freezer, because you pull them out an hour later, they're defrosted and ready to eat. They are perfect. These are really super sweet, so just nice little squares of goodness. So we'll get them put into the small Ziploc bags. There they are. Done, dusted. We're going to get the rest of these done and I'll show you once I'm finished. So we have ended up with 48 pieces of flapjack. It would have been somewhere around about 52, but the middles weren't cooled properly and they've just kind of fallen to bits. So I've put them in bowls and we'll just sit and pick at them that way. So they will go into the freezer, absolutely fabulous, and be used for school lunches. And yes, I can hear you all. Why are you making them in the freezer? Why not just make them fresh? Well, I'm not getting up any earlier to make flapjacks in the morning. I'm not getting up any earlier to sit and make waffles in the morning. I'm just not. So if I can prep them, put them in the freezer, and then reheat them when we want them, even better. It saves time in the mornings, saves some money. Because if I went and bought 48 flapjacks, so I'd be spending around about £20, because the packs of 5 are £2 each, and I need 10. So I'm not going out to spend £20 on flapjacks. I'm really not, because I think on these I've probably spent about about £4 on them. So yeah, I'll save that £16 odd just to make my life a bit easier in the long run anyway. So we're gonna call off today. We're gonna just say we're done. This is tired mama cooking. It really is. So I'm gonna go and sit with my family and just put my feet up for a bit, have a bit of chill time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.